So what did that do for you with your absent father situation?
So what I was getting from what you were saying is like, I came into this earth. I was never meant to have my biological dad as my father figure. Because I believe that God made all of our past before we were even put on this earth.
Same.
So, what's it called? God was like, later on in life, she'll have a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I did get that. And it's like, I understand that, like, from this, I'm understanding that my father's absence was, I feel like from God, it was a chance, an opportunity for me to get to know my mom better. Because I feel like the absence of my father, not to get to know my mom better, to like experience my mom more than I would. Because when I did have a father figure, my mom would work a lot and I wouldn't see her a lot.
When I didn't have a father figure, when I was a single mother.
Oh, when my mom was a single mom, I didn't see her a lot. But when I did, like, it was just like, oh my God, I saw my mom.
I'm listening.
Because, what's it called?
Excuse me.
I feel like God put me on this earth without a father, like, and you needing him and him being absent for a reason for me to become a stronger woman in life.
Why is that going to make you stronger? And why is that a lesson you had to learn from an absent father versus having a father that was present?
I don't know.
Think. Don't just stop at I don't know.
Because,
think.
Why
would it make you stronger to have an absent father?
Because I grew up with a... Never mind. Because I had to shed a lot of tears.
You've cried over your absent father?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
It's not your fault.
It is. I chose him. But above all, you chose him. So that's the conflict there, right? Mm-hmm. I chose to have you. I chose to sleep with him. That was my choice. I wanted you. I wanted you so bad that they said the earliest you could take a pregnancy test is 28 days after a missed period. I went and bought a test on the 28th day. I went on the 28th day and bought a pregnancy test to see if I was pregnant because that's how bad I wanted you. I guess I'll keep the camera trained on you while I tell this story. Hold on. I met your father. Have I told you the story?
At Barnes & Noble?
Yeah, I met your father at a bookstore. Hold on. Do you want to hear this story of how I met your father and how you came to be? Okay. I met your father in a bookstore. It was me and my cousin, and he said, hey, can I give you a reading? And I said, yeah. And he gave me and my cousin a reading, and they were very accurate at the time, you know? They made sense at the time. And I'm going to be honest, your father was no one that I would be attracted to. And that's an important piece of this story because your father didn't represent anything that, per my checklist, he didn't check. Near one of the boxes. Was unemployed. Mans was unemployed. Mans didn't have a home. He lived with his white baby mama, and I threw the white out there because he didn't even date black women.
But he left you for a chocolate lady.
I know, no, I don't know. He didn't leave me for any woman. He went back to his baby mama. But I just want to bring up the point that at the time, I had a problem with men that dated white women. So, he was homeless. He was staying with his baby mama. He didn't have no money, no nothing. But I was ready
to... for free? The reading?
Yeah, he just was talking to us.
Yeah, he should have charged for that.
Yeah, so anyway, we exchanged phone numbers. He was African. That's not me being racist. That's just at the time, I can't understand you. So I'm hard of hearing already. I listen slow already. And on top of that, you got an accent. It's just too much going on for me to translate and interpret in my head. what you said. So, I kind of avoid those situations. Not right or wrong, that's just the truth. I try to avoid confusing myself. And so at the time, I didn't mess with men who had accents. And so anyway, I say all that to say your father was everything wrong, according to my checklist. I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly like him.
Sis obviously has some self-worth healing work to do. But this ain't about me. This is about you. Pick up your Lonnie Taylor Art merch at LoneeTaylorArt.com.
But my point is, that's how, don't you drink my water with stuff in your mouth. I will fight you for real. All right. So anyway, I say all that to say, that's how important it is for you to be on this earth. Do you understand? That's how important it is, because me and your dad should have never been. So I met your father. We exchanged phone numbers, and he used to drive a little off-white Volvo situation. I don't know what's funny about that, but anyway, he came over. I was at dinner with somebody up the street, and he texted me, and I was all giddy that this unemployed, little shorter than me ass guy texted me like I was thirsty and didn't even realize it. I thought I was top tier.
Find out how I turned my life around in my book, What's the Best That Can Happen? Available at LoneeTaylorArt.com or Amazon. Just make sure I'm the seller.
Anyway, so he texts me. I come home. I rush home from dinner, and I go we meet and we conceive you. So the first night that I met your father, you were conceived.
I thought you were on him for weeks.
No, I didn't know your daddy for weeks. Our whole relationship was 3 weeks long.
Dang.
Like, we conceived you, and we fell in love, and we were gonna get married. He moved out of his baby mama's house. Y'all, don't judge me. This is my truth. He moved out his baby mama's house and moved in with me, and we made plans. He put me on the phone with his mama out in Africa, who cussed both of us out because we were crazy. We went to Walmart. We went to Walmart to look at wedding rings, and we couldn't afford wedding rings. Walmart, sis, and couldn't afford them, and I was still gonna marry this nigga. Y'all, so when you don't be envious of nobody, because I bet you when I said I've been engaged 3 times, you were like, ooh, girl, I'm envious. I ain't even been engaged once. One of them niggas was a who couldn't afford a Walmart wedding ring. So don't be jealous of nobody. Now let me finish telling my baby her birthing story. My cousin was gonna buy our wedding rings for us because we couldn't afford wedding rings. It was a mess. But it was a whirlwind 3-week relationship that swept me off my feet, that blinded me, that let me know that God is real. And the reason why, because every time I retell this story, I cannot believe that it happened. Like, I was thirsty, but I wasn't this thirsty. Like, this is redonkulous. The circumstances that had to transpire in order for you to be conceived. So for you to sit here and say that you don't want to be on this earth anymore, I'm like, you don't even know what happened for you to be here. Like, I had to be blinded in order for you to be here. Your father, who has not messed with a black woman because he doesn't mess with black women, he had to be blinded for you to be here. Because I promise, after you were conceived, our whirlwind 3 weeks, he turned into the most evil person in the world. And if I knew that people could come back and take you out one last time, I wouldn't have let him come back one last